Okay, very good morning, students. In today's class, we are going to learn NMR spectroscopy. NMR means nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So, in the previous classes, we known what is spectroscopy and types of spectroscopy. So, under types, we have three kinds, that is UV spectroscopy, IR spectroscopy, and NMR spectroscopy. So UV spectroscopy and IR spectroscopy are not the direct methods of analysis. Just these spectroscopies, that is UV and IR, give an idea of functional groups present in the organic molecule. But NMR, that is nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, is a direct method of analysis. So that is, it is a powerful tool which is used for the organic structure determination. So in NMR, the absorption of substances occurs in the radio frequency region of electromagnetic spectrum, resulting in the changes of the orientation of the spinning nuclei. It is observed by the applying a magnetic field. So here it is a technique based on the absorption of EMR, that is electromagnetic radiation. Under electromagnetic radiation, the radio frequency region, that is in the range of 4 to 900 megahertz, which is absorbed by the nuclei of hydrogen. So that it gives the changes in the orientation of the spinning nuclei. So it is what observed by the applying magnetic field. This technique mostly measures the spinning of hydrogen nuclei. Why? Because almost all the organic compounds contain hydrogen atoms. So sometimes this method, also known as PNMR or PMR. PNMR means proton nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, and PMR means proton magnetic resonance spectroscopy. So this method, that is proton nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy or proton magnetic resonance spectroscopy, is used for elucidating, that is explaining the number of hydrogen or protons in the compound. So the NMR spectroscopy is finally used to study a wide variety of nuclides. See, here we have different nuclei are given, that is hydrogen 1, carbon 13, nitrogen 15, fluorine 19, phosphorus 31. So if you see, these are the nuclei with an odd atomic number or odd mass number has a nucleus spins. The spinning charged nucleus generates a magnetic field. Next, come to the principle. Here we have two diagrams are given. In this first one, A. So diagram A represents the nucleus spins that are different at no external magnetic field. See, the theory behind NMR becomes, that is comes from the spin of nucleus and it generates a magnetic field. See, diagram A is without an external applied magnetic field, the nuclear spins are random in directions. See, these are the nuclear spins that are at different directions and are at random position. And see B diagram. Under B diagram, the external field is given, that is the arrow mark is given here, that indicates external magnetic field direction. The magnetic field is indicated as B naught. Here these are the nuclear spins that are given with external magnetic field applied. So when an external magnetic field B naught is present, the nuclei align themselves either with the field or against to the field. See, these are the nuclei spins are given. If we see carefully, there are only two directions of nuclei spins, that is, along with the field or against to the field. See, the nuclear spins that are along with the field or have alpha spin, or it can also called alpha nuclei spin, and the nuclear spin that is against to the field, that is called beta spin or beta nuclear spins. So in general, the alpha spin or the nuclei at alpha spin have low energy, and the beta spin nuclei have the high energy. See, it is a general energy gap between the two nuclear spins. So if external field is applied, so it is the direction of applied magnetic field and is a relative energy. And if we see the difference between two spin of nucleus, that is given as delta E. So if an external field is applied, an energy transfer, that is delta E, is possible between ground state and to the excited state. When the spin returns to the ground state level, the absorbed radio frequency energy is emitted at the same frequency level. That is, the emitted radio frequency signal gives the NMR spectrum of a concerned nucleus. So from this we have one relation, that is, the emitted radio frequency is directly proportional to the strength of applied field. So here we have formula, that is V is equal to gamma B naught by 2 pi. So where B naught is considered as external magnetic field experienced by the proton, and gamma is the magneto-gyric ratio, that is the ratio between nuclear magnetic moment and angular moment. So it is the principle behind NMR spectroscopy.